How does it sound now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I hate that commercial, don't you? And I think that guy even changed companies, didn't he? Now he's with Verizon, or he used to be with Verizon. Now he's with Sprint. I don't know how he's going to plan any kind of retirement if he keeps switching phone companies.
The Furman University Police, also known as FUPO, can commonly be seen patrolling campus. The officers that serve here seem to have earned a great deal of notoriety amongst Furman students. But what is it that has attracted some of our officers to pursue a job here at Furman?
I retired from New York City Police, and I got tired of being retired. There was a job opening.
My daughter said, go to work at Furman because I want to go to school. So I came to work at Furman.
Student attitudes about the police are a hot topic nationally. What are Furman students' perceptions of our police?
It's mostly for my friends who have cars. They don't really like hearing about FUPO because they think FUPO gives out tickets unjustly a lot.
Normally I think of parking tickets.
They are very picky about parking.
Parking tickets.
The fines are too expensive, especially for a college campus.
Too involved and looking to just make money and make everyone's days a little worse.
I think there's this stereotype that FUPO officers are kind of out to get people.
I think they think that they're like regular police officers that are really mean and out to get you.
But how do the Furman officers think that we perceive them?
I think that they believe that we all sneak around with the ticket machines.
Myths that we're all secretly 21.
About 90% of all of our tickets are given to about 10% of the students. We have to remind ourselves there's a vast majority of students out there that maybe never got a ticket before.
Setting aside predispositions and misconceptions, what does the average FUPO officer actually do on a typical day?
On a daily basis, sometimes several times a day, I will slip out the back gate here, go down to the Swamp Rabbit Trail parking lot by the old Boy Scout train, and check the parking lot for suspicious people. We're going to go over here and ride through Montague Village. A lot of people think of us just being on campus proper, but we even have a property up on Highway 11. That's like 20 miles away. People generally don't think about the security of their person or their belongings until after they've been a victim of something.
This is the case for all the Furman police officers. The majority of their days are spent patrolling and monitoring Furman property to ensure the safety of the entire Furman family. Despite all that they do, what is their favorite part of their job?
The best part of Furman are the students.
Talk with them. Sometimes they're in crisis mode, and then you can bring them down to a level area.
Many Furman students already have their beliefs about Furman police set. But what are some actual experiences students have had with FUPO?
Once me and my friend were in her car and our battery died out, and then we called up FUPO and they just came immediately.
Last year, I brought them cookies with my friend on Easter because no one was on campus, and we just hung out and talked about everything, and now we're chill with them.
When I first came to Furman, when I first went into orientation, they had this great table where it was just essentially you just get a donut from a FUPO officer and they kind of just talk it up kind of what FUPO's position is at Furman and how they can benefit the student body to the best of their abilities.
What about the perspective of a professor and former student? We met with Dr. Harris in the math department to try and figure out how perceptions have changed for him since being a student.
Maybe as a student, I probably thought of them a little more in terms of the traffic than I do now. And now I see them with that, but I also see that they do other helpful things in many other ways all across campus. One of my favorites is Officer 21. He's known by 21, I think, to most people, but I know him as Troy Coleman. I've known him for a number of years and enjoy talking to him. I think sometimes he might get a bad rap because he is the one that enforces the parking rules, but he really is a nice person, good guy.
Furman police are much more than just traffic cops. They constantly patrol and secure campus. For us. And outside of their regular job, they want to reach out to the community. Recently, FUPO accepted the call from one of our sororities on campus to give a class on avoiding being a victim.
As Director of Membership Enrichment, I had to plan like an event or an activity for the chapter that fell in line with one of our like core values. And I got in contact with FUPO and was like, hey, I really want you guys to come and do some type of a presentation about kind of responsibility and how we can like hold ourselves accountable, how we can be responsible for ourselves. And then they were like, we've got this really great class called Refuse to be a Victim. And I was like, well, I've got like 70 girls that are going to be at chapter that would totally be willing to listen. And so they came and they talked to us and kind of set up the whole thing. And it was really great. I think it was really informative and really helpful for some of the girls to hear.
So what is some of the advice our officers have to share with all of us students?
Lock your rooms, lock your bicycles, don't leave your stuff laying around. Don't claim a room by leaving your laptop in it and then go disappear for hours.
Pay attention to your surroundings. Watch your stuff, because even though we think we're in the Furman bubble and nothing happens here, you have to take responsibility for your own security from now on.
Looking at all that our officers do for us, what are some of the things that we should tell them?
I would want to tell them thank you very much for what you do. I think sometimes your job is a thankless one, so I want to be somebody who thanks you.
I think I would definitely thank them, because I think that some of their work kind of goes unnoticed sometimes, and they kind of keep Furman running smoothly.
I just like thank them for just being there 24/7. Anything happens on campus, you guys are always there. You're just a phone call away.
People are always like, oh, FUPO did this, or like they crashed my party. But like I feel like somebody needs to know, like, hey, like I respect what you do. I know that you're just trying to like do your job.
Their role here is extremely valuable, and we appreciate very much the things that they bring to our community.
The student-officer relationship might best be described as, it's complicated. But the Furman Police Department has devoted its years of service to the protection and development of the campus and Greenville community. They put themselves at risk to make sure our university remains a safe and welcoming place. Despite the tensions created by fines and tickets, we must understand their sacrifice, and that they are more than just a uniform. They are an integral part of our Furman family.